Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CCS Conference Tournament Championship Week presented by Sideline Sports Network. I'm your host, Nation RL, joined by Fox. As James Madison takes on Louisiana in the Sun Belt Tournament Final, as Louisiana beat Georgia State in 6 to get here. James Madison defeated Coastal Carolina, I believe, to get here. Is already higher on the board. The Dukes lead 12 seconds in. You're right, it's not. But yes, it is. What the? Oh, we're in the wrong call. Okay, sorry, apologies about that. We're good now. Now the audio's live.
Oh no, well, I was casting, but I wasn't technically on the stream just yet, but couldn't even get settled into the game before we already see our first goal. So now that the audio and everything is fixed, we are good to go. And Fright is going to challenge Juro, who is in a very colorful preset. I mean, you can see Juro coming from a mile away, so it should be difficult to be demoed by him because the camouflage factor is absolutely no go for Mr. Juro. He's going to jump up here to see Fright, make sure he goes as high as he needs to get that ball away. And Lost now with the touch, plays it right into Fright as James Madison tries to set up the offense. Here's Gad, goes for the back wall. It's covered very nicely by the defense of UL. It will clear, at least for now, and the Cajuns can outlet. And as for this one, Nation, I mean, these two teams, we can see anywhere from maybe like a game 6 or 7, it feels like, with the way these two teams are stacked.
I would say so. I think, again, in the regular season, JMU handled Louisiana pretty easily, but Louisiana's playing at an all-new level right now. They're a very good roster, very talented. I think really this could go to Game 7, if not Game 6 for sure, but we'll see how the series plays out. Game 1, though, a minute and a half underway here. So again, Louisiana coming in as the underdogs, JMU probably a heavy favorite, but again, it's going to be anyone's series to win here as Gad and JMU lead 1, 2 minutes down.
This 50 going to drop across. Juro will take it from there, sending it upfield. He'll go next, sending this one all the way up. Gad up to meet him. Both players using all their boosts just for that jump ball. Shot on target, handled easily by Tyler. Rebound is available. Jumps up the sidewall for Lost now. He has a chance to go for that backboard read, but Fright is all over that one. He will clear only as far as midfield. Right now, the boost, definitely something that is coming out of premium. Here comes a shot from Tyler and a goal as the tip off the backboards fools Lost just enough, and Tyler's able to strike as JMU now takes a 2-0 lead thanks to the passing play there. Fright to Tyler, and they double up.
2:44 to go. There's a deuce for JMU. It's 2 minutes and 16 seconds gone as James Madison lead 2-0, just the halfway mark.
This one's going to be 50'd all the way through and needing a clearance out of JMU. The Dukes will send the Cajuns packing, and Juro sent packing to the scrapyard as Tyler will take over possession. Look out, Fright's running first man pressure. He's bumping one, bothering another. But unfortunately, Gad also ran into a little bit of interference thrown his way by Delusion. A player looking to get involved here as the ball has not found him a whole lot. Juro to clear here. And this one's going to be put towards goal. Juro off to safer grounds as Lost able to 50 this one. Sets up Juro. Chance to go upfield with a Gad up to meet him. Not quite. Goes by him. Lost with a good bump attempt there on Fright. The problem, the shot never came for Louisiana, so they'll have to race back now as Tyler flip reset locked in, but touch unable to follow up on that one. And Louisiana do survive, at least for now, but the lack of offense here for the Raging Cajuns is starting to become an issue as time continues to tick away, although it's a good effort there. Gad, unfortunately, was just in the right spot.
And then 30 left to go. Juro double attempt, no good. Cleared away by Fright. As the Dukes still lead 2 minute 30 on the clock to play. Gad and company doing one heck of a job early on here, Fox, in game 1. Getting the Dukes out to a 2-0 start. Make that a 3-0 start. Fright's got his first of the series. 3-0, minute 21 to go.
I don't know exactly how much that rainbow tiara is going to help Mr. Juro there. He got out dribbled there as Fright goes to the sidewall. Great read, great patience, and a wide open field to send it into the back of the net. And James Madison up 3-0 here on Louisiana early. It feels like that first goal kind of set back Louisiana's game plan just a little bit. They haven't quite recovered from it. JMU has ridden that wave of momentum here forward into a 3-0 lead, maybe even 4-0 if Gad had someone to pass to, but the resources stay back into safer grounds, making sure not to relinquish any sort of momentum here for Louisiana. As JMU trying to handle this final 60 seconds of regulation. A great clear from Gad sends it all the way downfield. Chance to shoot, post and out. Rebound also not on target, but Louisiana's defensive breakdowns right now are going to become an issue if they stay prevalent past this game.
0 on target, lost in the finish. There's one, 42 seconds. And the Raging Cajuns, their first of the night. 42 to go, the Raging Cajuns within 2.
2 players up, neither got a touch there for JMU, and instead it's Louisiana poking the ball through. It's lost off the bar and down into the net, and that is a good start for Louisiana. They need another goal here with some time left on the clock if they want any hopes of a comeback, but definitely feels good to get a goal in on the score sheet here in game 1. Kind of can help take away some of those nerves and jitters if there are any. Juro will have to watch as Fright carries this ball in deep to the corner. Delusion's got it, but not for long. Played away from him by Gad. This is where JMU want Louisiana hemmed into their zone as deep as they can go. They'll put it to that backboard yet again. Time continues to tick away. Game 1 and Manfield looks like it belongs in Duke's purple because Louisiana has lost all of their time. They need a goal here. It has to happen. It has to happen with time left, and it will. Not quite done yet, as with 4 seconds left, Juro strikes and Louisiana's within 1.
JMU within 1. Now the lead, 4 seconds to go. The Duke's leading 1 here, Fox. Now Louisiana can have a chance to tie it up.
Let's see if they can do it. They needed time left on the clock. They got it. They need a kickoff strat. Juro will grab the boost, but the ball poked off of him by Fright. Sends it up. Juro with the 50. That's a terrible drop down for Louisiana, and that will end the game as JMU do survive the miniature comeback thrown at them there in the dying minute of that game. But good for Louisiana to fight back. Was a tough game up until that point, but some goals there. Definitely going to be feeling better headed into game 2 as we load up into Forbidden Temple.
2 unanswered for Louisiana there at the end, Fox. Not enough time to pull off the comeback, obviously, but again, you get too late. It's some offensive momentum going into game 2.
Absolutely. I don't know. The replays behind the game are lagging out. I don't know if that's going to be a server issue moving forward. We'll make sure. If there is, we'll get the players into a fresh server, but a good play there for Louisiana. It looks like the game is going to die. Yep, the server did jinx it. I noticed it, my good man. Thank you very much.
You said it before I crashed.
It was already occurring. I just want to have that on record that Fox did not jinx it. Fox noticed it, as he is probably one of the most locked-in casters I've ever seen.
I would agree.
You know. No, we are just getting the players back in. That is something that is becoming a slight issue with some of these private matches is the server health. So making sure that the players do get in, do have stable connections, and we are ready here for game 2 as everybody's back. Welcome back. And that gave Louisiana and James Madison some time to talk things over a little bit more, maybe get some breaths in after game 1. So we'll see how that miniature stoppage time there, thanks to the server health, treats either team. Juro very nearly a redirect there. Forces Gad up to the back wall. He'll clear. Tyler's upfield to redirect here. Not on target with enough pace to solve Juro, though. He is up, ready to try and create something with Delusion. Delusion past first man into the second man's path. It's Gad on the sidewall. Lost that touch. Tyler getting 50'd as well. Delusion's just not quite there, and Fright will have a chance to clear, but he got rocked on his way through. Delusion in Louisiana. This is something we didn't see much from them last game, Nation. Keeping JMU in their half now. Some sustained pressure for the Cajuns to open up this game too.
4:15 to go. Louisiana and JMU all tied at 0 right now. Fox a minute in, and what are you seeing early on here in game 2 that's changed from game 1? Obviously tied up, and we're not seeing the early goals come through for JMU, but Louisiana's defense has got to stay stabilized. Their offense is going to have a chance to put together a championship winning series here.
Absolutely. And, you know, sometimes the best defense is a good offense. If you have enough offensive pressure, you're keeping that team on the other side of the field. They can't really strike all that well or often on your net. And that is what I'm seeing a lot from the Cajuns here in game 2. They're creating chances like this, stretching that JMU defense. The only problem for the Cajuns, that defense is bending a little bit, but it has yet to be broken as the Dukes do stand the test of 90 seconds of pressure. Now they'll get a clear as Gad races upfield. Redirect pass off the backboard. Fright will be there. Off the miss. The shot barred down and out. Rebound saved away. What a stop. Thereby lost on the goal line. He had two Dukes hunting for that one. They're still in trouble, and Gad will bury that one off the pass from Tyler. 1-0 James Madison.
And the Dukes reclaim the lead, game 2, 3:14 to go. And Gad makes up for the mistake on the goal line and finds the passing play to create the opening goal, game 2.
That's a creative chat. Spam this beat banana to help out Louisiana. Well, they needed a little bit more potassium on that goal as they will relinquish the first goal of the game. They're going to get one back here as Lost comes his way through, bulldozing his way past his own teammate and the defense. As a great pass from Delusion, able to get by a boostless Tyler, and Lost with the bounce shot. Sometimes those bouncers, Nation, they can be absolutely deceptive, and it got over Gad. 1-1, we're dead even.
3:04 to go. Raging Cajuns back on the board, and a 3-1 run in the last 4 minutes of this series, Fox. And now Louisiana a chance to capitalize. This offense can put together a win here. We get a best of 5 going forward as the Raging Cajuns really start to feel like they're going to need this one.
It's a good 50 there by Tyler on his own goal line, but now here comes a chance for Lost. That redirect would have had to have been perfect. Juro now collects this ball. Here he comes all the way through. Juro, one of the veterans here in CCS, continues to create problems and issues for teams he goes against. Gad will lose this ball right to Lost, and the pickpocket there for Lost ends up in the back of the net. And for the first time this series, we see the Raging Cajuns. They've got a lead. It's 2-1.
2:27. Louisiana on top for the first time tonight. And now Louisiana 2.5 away from a game 3 tied at 1-0. We'll see if the offense can keep it going here in game 2.
Illusion's going to try, and then he gets absolutely sent to the heavens by Gad. Nice bump there to knock off the pressure. Look out, this net's open just for a moment, but Delusion will lose the race as Fright got to the ball. Juro up, using his boost to keep the pressure on here for the Cajuns. Centers the ball, no problem here. Tyler and Gad, though, that's a double commit. Unpunishable thanks to Fright being in the right spot at the right time. He'll take this ball upfield. Sends it with a little double there on the 50, sending 2 members to the 1 for Louisiana. Delusion's upfield. Does he go for a bump? Does he go for a redirect? He goes for a kill. Fright goes down. Juro's flip reset into the back of the net. Perfectly placed, and the Cajuns double up. It's 3-1.
Now a 3-0 run unanswered here, Fox, in game number 2. And Louisiana doing it all as James Madison, no answers with a minute 51 to go.
That's what I'm saying, Mr. Koritsu in chat. What is that car for Juro? I mean, obviously it can flip reset. We just saw that, but it is very colorful. That is for sure. And here it is making a save. You can see that thing from a mile away, but Mr. Juro is rocking it like a pro. Here as this ball goes up for Fright. He's got Tyler jumping, but so too is Lost. He'll clear into Gad's path. Sidewall covered there. Neither player gets a touch, though. And Juro can play it up. Lost nearly has another redirect opportunity. We've seen a couple of those have been inches from being an insane skimmer. But now here comes James Madison. They're looking for hopefully a 3-2 deficit cutting goal here as they find themselves down by 2 here in game number 2. Tyler puts it up. Gad up next. Great first touch, but he doesn't have the most boost. Has to try and pass it. Will get poked away. Tyler getting bumped as well. Gad with no boost will have to watch his Delusion. Gets the ball, gets bumped for his troubles, and here at midfield, Louisiana doing a much better job at protecting their goal and their side of the field. We do not see as many chances for JMU as we saw in game 1.
3 seconds left to go. Tyler and company. JMU down by 2. We'll see if they can get 2 late like Louisiana did last game, but right now, the driver's seat is in sole possession for Louisiana here. 30 to go, and the Raging Cajuns on a 3-0 run as time is beginning to tick off with 20 to play.
Fright trying to set up Gad. They need some time left. Do James Madison if they want to try and launch a comeback. A great 50 by Delusional. A great 50. That is going to eat away all the rest of the time because Lost is in support of him, and the Raging Cajuns have come to Forbidden Temple with a game plan fresh off the new server. A new strategy, and it works here for the Cajuns. We are tied up 1-1 as a 3-1 final here for Louisiana. They even us up, and we turn a best of 7 into the good old best of 5.
1-1 after 10 minutes, Fox, and just complete, domination. It really felt like for Louisiana. 1-1 now, and 3-0 run to close the game. We'll see if JMU's got a response.
You say it felt like domination. The shots actually were even at 7 apiece, but the only problem is that the quality of those shots and of those chances was in Louisiana's favor. They were able to create more time and space for themselves, and they put on a lot better quality onto the James Madison net, whereas Louisiana limited the problems for the Dukes, like that they were causing in their half. So something to watch for here is if JMU can return to that same offensive game plan that really got them to take off in the first half of game 1 with those 3 quick goals. We'll have to see if they can adjust. We saw Louisiana already adjust, and that's how a series goes, a tug of war back and forth. So let's see what game 3 has for us as Gadd collects the boost, collects the ball, but look out, Delusion's right in his face. Puts this ball off the corner, Fright to clear. He doesn't really have any support upfield, lost with the 50 though. Does end up a good bounce for Gadd and a save out of Juro. Keeping the ball to this sidewall. Now he's going to try to create a little offense out of it. Tyler says no. Rebound there to clear. Gadd pokes it up. Fright with a little bit more boost. Puts it over the first man. This is going to be a backboard bouncer. Lost with a gorgeous touch. Sets up Juro to clear. But Tyler, that is not good news if you're a Raging Cajun, because Gadd is right there. That's the kind of passing play that James Madison made their money on in game 1. Here they do it again in game 3.
It's Gadd from Tyler. 4:11 to go on the clock here, and the Dukes leading 1. Just 49 seconds into regulation. James Madison back on top early on here. Tyler looking for a deuce. It's no good as Gadd puts it left for now in the Duke offensive zone. As now again, Louisiana trying to pull it together here.
Juro with a nice flip. They weren't given much space here, have been Louisiana the opening minute, as JMU have responded very well to a bit of adversity thrown their way after game 2. Now here comes Tyler, puts one towards goal. Lost is late to the party, but not better late than never, as he does arrive and make that stop at the last moment on the goal line. Good save, nice demo on Tyler, opens the door for Juro. A little bit more time and space here for him, but a dunk as Fright reads the team pinch there. Downfield, Delusion flips it up to Lost. Great play off the back wall. Needs some help here from Juro. He does get there, but not quite in time as JMU send them back packing to their own half. But plenty of boost here for Louisiana. The problem, the possession does get traded. And we go back and forth here in the opening 2 minutes of this game.
7 left to go. JMU leading 1. 2 minutes down. We'll see if the Raging Cajuns can find their way to a goal here in game 3's Delusion. In the backboard, drop down, no one to home. We play on 2 minutes into regulation, Fox, and again, game 3 delivers what should be a really good game like game 1 was. Very close and tight-knit through the course of the regular, portion of the regulation period, but still a long way to go.
Absolutely. Here comes Juro. He's got a short way to go to find that backboard. Good defense there, thrown his way by Tyler. Keeping things nice and tidy along that backboard. Now here's Fright looking for a flip pass. There was nobody in purple there, so that gives Louisiana a free out, and they'll use it. 50 on Gadd here. Jump ball that Tyler reaches first. He'll get another touch, but that'll be all from him. He is out of resources. Here comes Delusion all the way through. We've seen a lot of flip resets this game. Juro scoring off of one last game. We'll see what he's got in store here. Ground pinch, maybe. No, his teammate arrives to try and help. Don't know if Juro would have had that shot. Didn't matter. The shot did get placed wide in the end, so a missed opportunity for Louisiana. They'll try again. Here comes Juro. Backboard available. Nice flip pass. Looking again. And just that second man not able to catch up, but now you got to get back because here comes JMU. The pass a little too heavy-handed. Louisiana still with work to do as another minute has ticked by. Less than 2 to go here in game 3.
1:40 left to go. Juro. Back from Tyler. A miss there. It's Gadd on the save. Lost. Back to Delusion. Turn back to center. 90 ticks remaining, Fox. And again, game 1 eerily similar here to game 3. Very, very close entering the last 90 seconds as the Raging Cajuns need one to avoid a shutout.
Yep, Delusion on his back wall has got not a lot of time. Tyler's there to throw a challenge in his face. Juro up next. Goes beneath the first man. Great play. Gadd is awkward here. needs to carry that ball forward. The 50 did not go Louisiana's way. JMU keeping themselves in good position in between their goal and the ball. Now lost on the next touch. Has to only play it as far as the sidewall, but JMU unable to do much with that. Then it comes forward. Now Gad plays it right into danger territory. Nice follow-up 50. Good 50 as well. Gad doing it all. Able to 50 all three members there within the span of about 10 seconds. But now Delusion all the way through. What a pass. What a tip save. As Tyler again defensively has been a gem for James Madison. What a stop there. That ball was destined for the net had he not gotten a piece there. 30 seconds left for Louisiana to try and find one more.
20 seconds left to go. JMU up by 1. Now back to center field. No one home. It's Tyler. Back to it. 30 seconds. 15 to go. 30 in the boost tank. Nothing there. 10 to go. One last chance for the Raging Cajuns.
It'll be Juro. He's got Delusion and Lost racing forward. Gad is right there to meet him. Double set up and lined up for Gad, but a pass right to Delusion and Tyler. The big man in defense. The big T playing the big D. And JMU has the win. 1-0 on the shutout. This game and series is really, it just goes to show one simple breakdown defensively can lead to a win here. The shots last game were 7-7. This game 5-2. I mean, it really proves, like the stats themselves prove how little room and little space that each other was given that game. A phenomenal defensive game that James Madison one up, one better. They go to game 4, 1 up in the series.
Game 4 loads up. James Madison 2-1 ahead. In the best of 7, 2 wins away from James Madison. Another Sun Belt Tournament championship.
On the kickoff, did not go exactly according to plan for either team, it looked like. There was a bit of hesitation, but Louisiana comes away with the ball. Right now to his backboard, gets a little skimmer. Nice direction towards the side of the field, but look out, Juro was watching and waiting. That one will bar down and out for him. But a close effort regardless. Now Fright has got Tyler on that sidewall. Great play by Tyler. Now he's got to get some help as Gad arrives. Here he comes up to the heavens. No more boost. That'll be all. As the pass across finds Tyler. Big pinch into a threatening point for James Madison to try and strike, but they had numbers, did the Cajuns, on the backboard. Juro up next. Some time to work with. What a flick. Tyler has been a defensive thorn in Louisiana's side. He seems to know exactly where to be for all these saves and the passes that were needed. And, you know, Louisiana had 2 shots last game. Who had 2 saves on JMU's side? It was Tyler. I mean, he has been the defensive juggernaut here for his team and really causing problems. And there's a problem as Delusion goes right by Gad. See you later into the back of the net. What a shot there from Delusion.
3:55, it's Delusion on the first for ULL. 1-0 of 65 seconds down.
That first touch by Delusion's really what set him up for success there. Soft enough to where he could get back to it, but hard enough to put him in a place he could shoot. So a perfect touch there. Tyler gets knocked by Juro on his way through. Now here's Delusion again. Puts it up to the backboard where Gad will usher it to the corner. Looking for something here out of the sidewall is going to be Juro and Fright. Great 50 by Fright. He's going to try and get back to it. Goes for the pinch. Not enough momentum. That could have been a screamer in the net had he made contact based on the fact his hood was headed for that ball. However, they'll have to go back. Fright gets leveled as he got bumped trying to play the ball away. Here's Tyler up next. There's 2 Cajuns there ready to meet him on his way through. Great pass by Lost. Has Juro there. The shot not quite, as it will drift wide. Gad has thrown this ball away, though. Put towards target. Fright has to play it. It's got a good touch here, but another good 50. This is the type of speed and the very quick first-man challenges we saw from Louisiana really give them the upper hand in Game 2, and so far they're doing a good job here in Game 4.
2:50 left to go. Juro looking for help here, has Lost. 50 set high. Now 2:40 to go, halfway through regulation. Dukes again trailing by 1. We'll see if the lead continues to build like it did in Game 2 for ULL. But again, Fox, these 2 teams have gone neck and neck tons of times in the past, especially in this conference tournament final. In previous seasons, I think we expect nothing more than at least a minimum Game 6 here.
We can hope, we can pray with how good this Rocket League is turning out. Fright drops it down for Tyler. He's got ball, not for long. Lost will play it away. And deciding to head for some boost. Lost went for that ball. Juro will be back now for this touch. Up the wall he goes. That's a heavy first one. It's over Gad. Fright up next. We'll spot the backboard. As U of L will clear this one away only as far as midfield. Tyler fakes out the first man. Juro got bumped. Last man Delusion made a good play. Now passing play for Louisiana. That shot again just off the mark. As Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns, very nearly doubled up their lead there with a good transitional play. But again, the shooting accuracy just one too far. We've seen Juro hit a crossbar this game. A couple shots that could have been on target, but not quite. This lead could very easily be more than just 1-0. And we'll have to see if Louisiana can hold out here in the rest of the 90 seconds.
1:25 to go. JMU trailing by 1, but up 1 in the series. The Louisiana Raging Cajuns trying to knot us all up at 2 here, Fox. The last 70 seconds. Can the Raging Cajuns hold on as James Madison again come in as favorites? Right now, this series completely neck and neck, entering the last minute.
Juro got to be careful. Tyler's up there. What a play by Juro to get it by the first man. Puts it in the corner. This is all precious time being eaten away off that clock here by Louisiana. So some game management here. Gad says, nope, let's go this way. This is where we need to be towards that goal. It is saved by Delusion, but he got knocked to where his back wheels weren't on the crossbar. What a save by Delusion coming back off that post. He never gave up on the play. He might have slipped off the crossbar, gets back to the post and makes a crucial stop. As now, here comes Gad. The corner there, read by Fright. What a save again by Delusion. As a defensive effort from the man with his name very fittingly starts with D. He's playing some defense, is Delusion, and now he'll pass, looking for a little bit of offense. Lost in Delusion, going to work. It's going to be a 50 in front for Juro. Time to work with, and time is not on JMU's side as Juro goes up. Drop down shot here for Delusion. He'll bury a very, very fitting MVP style performance from him. Defense and offense galore, and he is going to help Louisiana draw level.
5 seconds to go. James Madison going to go into Game 5, tied at 2-all. It's James Madison again. They've won the odd games. ULL's won the even games. Now Game 5, we got a best of 3 coming up to decide the Sun Belt Conference champion.
Delusion was not going to lose that game. I mean, did it all. 2 goals, 3 saves, 600 points for him. The next closest person had 233. So literally a third of Delusion's efforts in terms of point contributions. So great game there out of Louisiana. They throw a shutout right back at JMU. We saw JMU shut out Louisiana last game. Now returns the favor. I mean, it's literally like a tug of war. What you can do, I can do better, back and forth. And right now, the rope is dead down the middle. We have to see which team wants to pull just a little bit harder in these final 2 to 3 games.
We're going to best of 3 to decide the winner, Fox. At this point, what's your call? Who's going to win? How many games? 3 games to go. We're tied at 2-all.
It's tough. You can't put a man in this kind of position, Nation. I mean, the way that this series has gone, it depends on what sort of defense I think the 2 teams have, because we've seen mistakes go in the net. We saw Louisiana have a lot more chances than just the 2 goals they scored that game, so that score could have been much higher. And then in the last game, Louisiana had all sorts of trouble scoring, and it was a passing play that set off JMU. So, I mean, it honestly comes down to which defense is able to be broken through first by the opposition, because that right now is the main catalyst for this series. A wifty sets up Juro, puts it on goal. Delusion tries to finish it, but it is Fright on his goal line, making a massive save there. But he throws this ball right into Lost. He'll send it back to that backboard. Gad is on patrol. Out of the corner, he has no more boost, so he'll have to be careful with what he does next as Juro gets up for this one. First flip, drops it down. Great pass. What a shot and what a goal as Juro finds Delusion and the ball is in your net before you can even react.
4:10 to go with Delusion. Puts ULL up by 1, 50 seconds in the Raging Cajuns lead.
That pass and shot was a thing of beauty. Flip reset pass out of Juro, drops it down. Delusion, the angle read perfectly, has turned his Finnick. And, you know, we've seen from 2 games and a minute played here so far in Game 5, James Madison has scored 1 goal in that time. Now, granted, it was a game winner, which is fantastic, but at the end of the day, they don't ask how, they ask how many. Right now, 1 goal is not going to cut it, especially if Louisiana is putting one in the net this early. So for James Madison, they have some offensive questions here to answer, as Tyler will pop this one up next. We have seen some great defense out of Tyler. Sure, he and his team would love some offense. Here's Gad. Great play by the first man. Problem is that Delusion was there on the back wall waiting. He's got the clear. And we'll set Tyler and Gad back to try again. To the backboard he goes. Juro says no. Not really much. It was a good idea for the pass there by Fright, but didn't have any friends in purple. As Louisiana will get a touch up to the sidewall, and they'll get a clear here out of Lost, sending it up to the skies. Fright on the next touch. Tries to set it up for Gad. It's a shot on goal. Good save by Juro. We'll play on with Louisiana maintaining their lead 2 minutes in.
3 minutes left to play in regulation. Delusion waiting. Fires. Right corner, no good. 2:50 remaining in Louisiana. Fox doing one heck of a job here, trying to turn the tides and get the series pointed in their advantage. Going into Game 6 would be monumental for the Raging Cajuns clearly here, but James Madison still a lot of time to work with, down by 1, as the Dukes offense trying to put together their first goal of Game 5 to put this conference championship match back to even.
I was wondering what people were talking about the Krabby Patty Mobile, getting a look at Juro's preset. That is certainly a choice, as Juro is just going through the deck of cards, the wildest presets, which, I mean, the sub as his antenna, that for me is what makes that car special. And it's going to be a special pass from the Krabby Patty Mobile. Sets up Lost for a midfield slapper, as that would have been way faster than the 32 it's clocked at. It hit the bar first, bar down and in. Bang, bang, Louisiana double up their lead. It's 2-0.
2:12 to go. Louisiana lead by 2 as the Raging Cajuns, now with majority control, Game 5 could shift the series for the Raging Cajuns. Fox, 2-minute warning. The Dukes down by 2. What's gone wrong?
Right now, it is the team passing plays. We saw JMU really do a good job of that in games 1 and 3. Now Louisiana is using each other, specifically Juro with both assists, and his teammates have not let him down in the shooting department. Something about that sandwich mobile, setting up a warm, steaming platter of assists here for Juro. Now here he comes yet again. We'll test Gad's moxie. Gad's going to take the boost away from him. Try to outweight Juro. Plays it very well, does Gad. Over the second man as well. Flicks over the third. Gad has beaten everybody. He just needs the goal, and he's got it. Gad by himself. James Madison, they've got life.
1:25 to go. It's Gad on a first. 85 seconds left. And the Dukes have some life late here, just under 90 seconds. And now James Madison back within 1.
Sure, Louisiana was saying EGAD in that specific moment off the kickoff. Things go wrong for Louisiana, and we're tied just like that. It's Gad again.
Gad with 2 in a row, 1:23. Now we're back to equilibrium again. 83 seconds left. And James Madison on a 2-0 run to close the lead to a tie score.
Not sure what the strategy was. Don't know if that was a missed flip or perhaps a kickoff play gone wrong, but for Louisiana, both players did not have boost, and they were way far back from that ball. So for the Raging Cajuns, a mistake here. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them. Their lead is now gone, almost relinquished into a lead for JMU, but it's lost on his goal line, making a big stop. But they've thrown this ball to the double goal scorer. Gad ×2, as we've seen from chat. He's going to set up right. They need a finishing touch here from Tyler, and it's saved away. Juro and Lost combining their efforts to stop that one. But now JMU, they have life, they have a pulse, and they're looking for a potential game winner. Tyler up next is going to lose this ball as Delusion comes racing through, says not so fast. We are still in this game. Our Louisiana. However, Gad, this is not the man you want to have the ball as he drives all the way through. Bumped by the first man. Now Tyler and Fright, the 2 men in midfield in purple. Lost the possession though, so Lost will go back. That's such a bad touch, unfortunately, there, as Fright could not get that one to the corner. It's in front of his own goal, and Lost makes him pay. 3-2 Louisiana.
Well, it's going to make a hot take and say the next goal is going to win this game and win this series. And Lost has answered the calls. 25 seconds, and the Raging Cajuns in front 1. With 25 to go, Louisiana could smell match point.
Rocket League giveth and Rocket League taketh. The kickoff strat does not work, gives a free goal away and then a mistake, gives the lead right back to Louisiana. So now JMU some work to do here in the final 10. This ball's headed for their net though. Gadd to play it into the corner, has to use all his boost to get it by the first man. Good touch past the second man. They're going to have a chance here as Fright all the way through puts one too high, but Lost made sure it was headed to the corner. Delusion takes out Tyler, and oh, it's a good spawn for Tyler. Keeps the ball away and keeps the ball up, but not for long. Louisiana on match point. They survive a little brief collapse there, but they get the lead back and they withstand the James Madison Dukes here in Game 5, but another close game, Nation. Game 6 and Game 7 potentially, I wouldn't put it out of the question.
Absolutely. Now James Madison. I mean, again, a lot of people coming into this game, coming into tonight's broadcast, thought this was the game to watch, and I think it certainly is. We knew that Louisiana had the firepower to obviously hang with James Madison. We knew James Madison dominated Louisiana in the regular season both times they played them. Now in the conference tournament, it's all the different. In a best of 7, now Lawson Company 1 win away from a Sun Belt title for the second time ever.
It's an interesting statistic in that game. James Madison, they had 4 shots at the time of Gadd's solo effort. Don't know if the server's going to die again. Maybe it looks like it might. But they had 4 shots at the time of Gadd's solo effort. They ended the game with 13. So a goal like that can quite literally ignite your team. It didn't result in a victory, of course, but that kind of ignition, that's the kind of play, the kind of heroics you need, especially in a conference championship and then later in the CCS championship. Those are the kind of efforts you need out of your best players. Gadd tried to pull his team forward, and now it is time for JMU to combine their efforts and try and get over the finish line, at least to a Game 7, and give themselves a chance to win this conference championship.
Absolutely agreed. I mean, I think, this is going to be a good series of ours. I think, everyone wants to watch it. This is why we're here.
It's that time of year. It's March Madness in basketball. No longer March, technically, but it's CCS Madness here for the Collegiate Conference Series. It has grown and blossomed. Has your little project here, Nation. CCS no longer little. I'm sure that the moderation and the necessary attention to detail and efforts out of you as the commish have grown as well, but to see this level of competition and to see these two teams duking it out, pun intended, is it's got to be good. It's got to feel good here for CCS moving forward.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, the league's growing and going to get bigger going into next year's plans, as that will be announced Thursday next week at the CCS Selection Show presented by the Sideline Sports Network, and looking forward to next year's plans for Season 9, but 4.5 left to go here, Fox. Game 6, James Madison must win it.
We'll see if they can do it. Fright's got to be careful because here comes Juro. He has switched his vehicle yet again. It's got a interesting hat on, does Juro. It's a sleek little mobile, though. I like to see it. Juro has been all over in terms of presets. He was also had his hands all over a win in the Game 5 there with 2 assists, so... Now Fright up next, pops it up. Lost it was a little awkward in net, so Juro had to come in and help him out. Gets a good touch. Here's Tyler. Here comes Lost Fatal to poke the ball off of him. Gadd up next. He's got some air. Not a lot of boost, though. Has to go with his flip. Drop down. Delusion with a good 50. Another challenge thrown the way of both teams. Not really too much headway that either team is able to make. As soon as they try to break entry into that zone, they have cars from the other team right in their face, and there's not really much room or any places to go. Juro's going to try and make room for himself. Shut down by Gadd. Tyler to clear. Delusion has to use all his boost now to get the clear. Good 50 out of JMU. They'll have numbers forward as Gadd has the ball. Drops it looking for Tyler, but Juro up to the task. Good save. And, I mean, it's going to take, a special type of play or a mistake, some kind of error here with how this defense from both teams is looking in the first 2 minutes of this game, Nation. You got to either make your own luck or get a little bit of a fortunate bounce.
3:05 left to go. I mean, 2 minutes down in Game 6. Louisiana, a goal away, potentially in some good defense down the stretch from a second ever conference tournament championship. Fox, now James Madison, though. They got to find their rhythm here to force a Game 7. That shot won't go. Rebound is good, 1-0.
Juro picks the pocket of the man in midfield. It is Fright getting the ball stripped away, and it's Juro off the bounce, off his own touch, off the crossbar. And it's the preset yet again. This time he is not in a playmaking mood. He is in a goal-scoring mood, and Juro has put Louisiana just over half a game away from their conference championship here in Season 8.
Halftime. Game 6 off the ceiling is Fright. Around Juro. We're going to find Tyler lost. He can't cut it off. That save. Delusion. Rebound. It's saved by Delusion as well. Louisiana hang on 1-0.
Some great defense there. I've said it before, the Big D playing some Big D. Big save there by Delusion. Keeps the lead intact, but look out. Here comes Gad. Backboard double. He fakes it. What a fake. And Tyler has a walk-in, tap-in shot. Thanks to Gad. The man in net, it was Delusion trying to make another big save. I think he would have saved that double. So it was incredibly clever for Gad to leave it and gives Tyler the chance to put it home. 1-1. We're even. And James Madison says, don't go anywhere just yet.
1-1, 2:15 to go. James Madison here in the last 2 minutes here. Match point favoring the Raging Cajuns. Throw off the ceiling. Will find Delusion. Fires way wide to the left corner. Rebound is lost. Also punted away. Last 2 minutes, Fox. James Madison got to score to keep the season alive.
Tyler's going to get it by the first man. Gad by the second man. Third man arrives. Lost to Delusion, looking for the give and go, but Fright was ready for that one as he will try get this ball. It gets stripped away by Juro yet again. Juro's been a problem. We see the bump play as well. Definitely someone to watch if I am a James Madison player. They're going to watch his lost. He gets demoed in a fiery cloud of fire and smoke, and it's Gad to put it home. How big was that demo on the second man? He would have been able to challenge Gad here, but he wasn't there. He was gone, and Gad puts it into the net. 2-1, James Madison in the lead.
1:28 to go. James Madison up by 1. Now the Louisiana going to try to tie us right back up. It's Juro over 2, and Gad will cover the clear. Lost a backwards touch back to the left corner. And now Louisiana in a must-score scenario, or else it's going to go to Game 7.
It's quite the demo by Gad. He's the only problem. There was nobody to follow up. That shot is going to be generating a rebound for Delusion. Saved away again. JMU having to send resources as here's Juro. Great pass looking for loss. That ball was never on target. One-on-one here. Tyler versus Delusion. The two defensemen going at it with a Tyler coming out on top. The flick goes behind the momentum of Delusion. And what a shot there by Tyler. Barely avoided the contact from Juro as well. He was trying his hardest to demo Tyler, but was 1 car length better. And James Madison, the Dukes, have a 3-1 lead. Nation, if you don't look now, I think we might have Champions Field loading up.
45 seconds left to go here for Louisiana. Else they're going to go to Game 7 down by 2 as Delusion around 1. Look for a dunk here. It's no good. Lost to the corner. Back to control here. 30 to go. JMU trying to ride away into Game 7.
Juro's got something to say, wants to make this last 30 seconds a little more interesting. They're going to get the ball cleared away, but only as far as Delusion. Plays it back towards mid. The main issue is that none of the Cajuns had any boost. Now here's Gad looking to try and bury the Cajuns here on Neo Tokyo. Juro to the heavens. He plays it up again. The boost tank's just kind of favoring JMU right now. Delusion's going to pick up this corner. It won't matter because time has ran out. And ladies and gentlemen, the Sun Belt is going to have to be decided and determined on Champions Field.
Game 7. Here we go. Louisiana, James Madison, one more game to decide a winner.
I would like to point out that Fox did say that this was a series that could easily go 7, and here we are. I'm not saying I'm just saying that Fox might know ball in this case. But what a series we have been treated to, a back and forth affair, and you got to talk about Gad in my opinion because Gad had a goal and 2 assists that game. His goal sparked a potential comeback last game, and that kind of rolled over into the positive momentum in this game. So. For Gad right now, it is all systems go. He, Tyler, and Mr. Fright are a win away now from taking the title, but so too are Louisiana. The only problem is Louisiana was also a win away last game. So the final game, the final chapter of this series comes to a close here. We'll have to see which team wants it more as the flip reset already denied by Delusion. And game number 7 starts off pretty quick.
4:45, game 7. Game 7. Now, again, JMU, Louisiana, win it. This is a must-win game, Fox. I mean, it's end-all, be-all, kind of win-or-go-home scenario here.
The way these two teams have played, it feels fitting. And Juro, he's finally in a finick. He's done messing around with the presets, and he is done messing around with the defense thrown at him by JMU. Another flip reset. He actually uses his momentum, carries into a bump, and then the little off-speed redirect off his own car. A thing of beauty from Juro. A creative little shot ends up in the back of the net, and the Raging Cajuns get the start they need. And in that finick, Juro is not messing around. That much is clear. And he puts his team up by 1 because of it.
4:15 to go. Lost rotating back through Delusion. Back to right field, right there to cover. 1 minute down. Almost here in regulation. Game 7, the Raging Cajuns leading 1. And it's still anyone's game to win here, Fox. It's the first minute off the clock, and it's a 1-goal affair. As JMU's trying to tie it right, shot turned away. Now one more chance down low. Juro will clear, and the Dukes come away with nothing.
It was an excellent play by Tyler to create all of that with his dribbling. Beat the second man. Gad towards the backboard, covered by Lost. Lost is going to lose possession here. Gives it to Juro. Here he comes. Got to watch his mechanics. Seen him on display a couple of times, and JMU did a great job at that. We'll usher him away from the ball. Gad with no boost. He beat Delusion, though. Needs some help from Juro. A touch to Lost, and Louisiana's out of dodge. They'll clear. Deep into James Madison territory, where Fright says not so fast. I'm going to take that from here. The man does go down for, I believe that was Louisiana getting demoed. Not sure. It doesn't matter because all 3 players are back in position for both teams. A good save there on the backboard. As the Raging Cajuns trying to maintain this lead, Gad is going to spot Fright. Here he comes. He looks for Tyler. The passing play very nearly connects. The ball just out of Tyler's reach. Now a 50 goes across goal mouth for Delusion to clear. Out of the corner. Tyler will race to it. Gad's going to grab the boost behind him and let Tyler go free. It's over Juro. First man back to Lost now. As Louisiana comes calling, looking for any sort of breakdown in the defense, but Gad was not having any of it. Good 50 out of Gad as well. As it will be Tyler arriving. Late shot saved away. Louisiana do get the clear. And halftime has arrived. Both teams, they are fighting and giving it their all here in Game 7.
1.5 left to go. Game 7, Louisiana leading 1. Front. Into the backboard. Juro there to cover. It's Lost. Rebound. It's taken away by ULL. Now right back to it. He's turned away by Lost again. 2-minute warning. Approaching one more attempt is Juro. Taken leftward. Now the Raging Cajuns leading with 2 minutes and change to go. Entering the last half of Game 7.
JMU, their offense is looking better and better. They start knocking on the door. Lost has to keep the door shut. There on that effort. Gad on the first man duty gets the ball off of Delusion. It's back in the corner now. Here's Fright. Sees that Lost was waiting for him, so he tries to flick it, but that's right into Juro's neighborhood. He's got the ball, but not for long. Getting the bumps as well is Juro, trying to create some problems. No harm, no foul, at least not yet. This ball dropped down. Chance for Fright to go forward for Tyler. He's got no boost, though. He will pick it up out of the corner. Does not get the ball, though. Now pass across. Fright is way back. His third man was not there to try and punish. Demo there on Gad will wipe him out of the play. Fright gets dunked, and JMU back to their own backboard to play a little bit of fetch. Here's Tyler now, up to the wall. He's got Delusion and Fatal watching him. He goes right by Delusion, challenges Fatal, dunks him straight on through into the net, and Tyler has tied us up at 1.
It's 1-1, 1:13 left to go. And James Madison finds a way to tie us back up at 1. Game 7, a minute 13 away from overtime.
That's a big boy dunk right there. Great stage to do it on here as now Tyler tries to set up Fright. The shot was there. The only problem is that defense was right in his face to make sure he didn't do much. Gad with no more boost leaves it for Fright. Fright now waits, flicks. He's got Tyler up. That's not the man you want to have it if you're Louisiana. Luckily, no double was lined up, and Gad gets removed from the play. Delusion's racing forward for Fright. But a very advantageous Fright took the boost away and avoided the demo. Now he's going to try and use that boost. Gets the bump through. It's a bouncer. Juro has to play to safety. But here comes JMU yet again. Gad in the corner. Delusion, no touch to be had. Lost on the follow-up. 30 seconds left in game 7. Now Louisiana trying to transition into some offense, but there's not much time and space yet again. The backboard challenged by Juro. Gad to play it away into Delusion. We play on. The final seconds here ticking down. We are in golden goal territory, folks. The next goal could be a Sun Belt Conference Championship winning goal. Is it here? No. Fright says no, and we will continue to play on.
3 to go. Juro with full boost. Taken away now. Last Alive's Delusion will play it a lot. He'll kill it, actually. He tried to play it and dropped it. Overtime. Game 7. Golden goal.
Game 7 overtime. Something we were treated to last night, something we are treated to tonight. Look out, waterfall down, and Lost was not allowing the game to end on a goal like that, but here comes JMU. Big dunk here by Fright. He's dunking through everybody. It's free. It's available. Gad to shoot. Gad to score. James Madison, your Sun Belt Conference winning champions, and it comes off of a double 50 win by Fright over to Gad. Game, set, match to the Dukes.
James Madison, our Season 8 Sun Belt Tournament champions. So Louisiana falls flat in the last 11 minutes of this series and comes up short. It's JMU 4-3 the final. We're going to break. When we come back, it's the Atlantic 10 tournament final with Dayton and Rhode Island after the break.